And good morning and welcome to Wild Jokers here on 24/7 Comedy Radio for Phoenix. Funny 1260 AM, 96.1 FM. I'm Glenn. He's Brad. Good morning, Bradley. How are you?
That was the fastest you've ever said that.
You know, you're giving me kind of a conscience about this because every single week you bust my chops about my long intro. But this is what we do in radio. The station management says, we got to get this out.
Right.
We got to spread the love. We got to let them know where we're going.
I guess you've had enough practice now that you can get it down to less than 17 seconds.
Yeah, but hey, we're on location this fine Saturday morning.
It's a cool location, actually.
Yeah, the heart of Old Town. And why don't you paint the picture a little bit? Because you're going to be painting, actually, you're going to be doing play-by-play and making a Picasso that's my back.
I'm not making any Picassos. I'm just going to watch the Picasso in creation.
Well, yes. Live back waxing on a radio show.
Yeah, you know, it's pretty interesting because normally that's something you do on TV. So I guess I'm going to have to be a pretty good color commentator.
Well, there's a big sign here in Old Town Scottsdale that says, "We do men." And our dear friend Stacy, who's standing next to me right here, is a little closer to the mic there.
Yep.
And we had you on last week's show and talking about your spa. Paint the picture, your concept, real quick to bring new listeners up to speed here about your business.
About my business.
Yes, especially the battle cry, "We do men."
We do men. Well, We Do Men came from me having a strong desire to make fun of the happy endings of the industry because somebody needed to throw it right back in men's face and use humor to do it.
Oh, but that's very true. A lot of times, because the previous administration, my ex-wife, as I call it, she was a massage therapist. And I was with her for 10 years through her career. She's still doing it. We're still friends. But there's a lot of times, she works for a big resort here in North Phoenix. And bottom line, sometimes folks will call in and request, for instance, I want a blonde or a brunette, female. Do you have any Asian massage therapists? A lot of that going on. And it's kind of funny that you're making fun of it because this happens all the time in this industry.
It still happens, and I just wanted to address the taboos of the industry in a way that literally put men and those really raunchy guys in their place.
What are some of the taboos in the industry? Let's bring it to speed because this is my first. I've been in spas before, but I've never had like the facials. I've never had the full 5-star.
So wait a minute. If you've been in spas, you've never had a facial. What did you have?
Massage.
Oh, okay.
Massage
fair enough.
because I played sports.
Fair
and
enough.
that was for
That's
therapy.
always the first.
Yeah, that
right.
was for therapy because
Right.
I'm all banged up.
No, I can respect that. I think when I started my spa circuit back in the years ago, I was probably started with massages, then moved
But
on to all
I've
the
never
other
had a
stuff.
manicure. I've never had a pedicure. I've never had. I've done the waxing one time before.
Yeah.
This is going to be interesting.
See, with your interesting feet, you probably could use them.
Well,
pedicure.
I've broken 8 out of 10 toes and 6 out of 10
I broke
fingers,
one 2 weeks ago. It was great.
Nice. Oh, that's a hoot.
Right.
But with the waxing, the last experience I had with it ended kind of very fast.
That sounded bad.
Well, it wasn't a taboo, but
I mean, what you did, drop the wax on your man parts or
I
something?
suppose. she put the little can of wax deal there. It was like a bucket of Sinclair paint. I mean,
Right.
that's what it looked like.
Sinclair
to me.
paint.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to
Right.
me, and it was right next to me. And she said, "Hey, kind of scooch over and adjust your drawers there." My Wranglers, I guess, were sagging her a little bit. She was getting a plumber's crack or something. And I knocked the wax over, and it spilled on the floor, and it was on my arm, and it got on my leg, and it was horrible. It was on my pants, burning through my Wranglers. It really was a sight. So they asked me to leave. So that was my last experience with it, and I've never come back again.
Well, you're
until
not
now.
supposed to get violent
They
with the
asked
bucket of
you
wax.
to leave.
Yeah, I got escorted out by a couple of little Asian ladies. They were very nice, but
That's
you gotta
funny.
go. You gotta go now. You're a mess.
You
You're
got
a
to
mess.
go.
Yes, that's exactly what
That's
happened.
so funny.
Did you scream out Kelly Clarkson on the way out?
No, I didn't. But my forearm had a huge circle of a patch of hair missing because it scored my arm. It was horrible. So we're actually here to get better memories of my waxing
Get
experience.
manhandled a little
Get
bit.
manhandled.
Oh, Lord.
Now, talk about some of your products and everything. You got some of the catchiest names when it comes to manliness with your spa.
Yeah, my product line that I use is called Raw Skincare for Men, which is comprises of booze on your face, like tequila and sake. So I
Oh, you said booze, not
boobs,
boobs.
not
I thought you
boobs.
said boobs
No
on your face. I'm
boobs,
like,
man.
I think it's going to have a lot of people down
And
here.
Here's some
No
taboo right
boobs.
there.
Yeah, right.
My boobs are going nowhere near your face.
Yeah, right.
If anything, I'm going to grab your balls and hold on to them till you leave.
Ouch. Wow.
Yeah, she's the boss lady. You
Yeah,
know
right.
The
that.
boss lady. That's
Yep.
what my shirt says. But the menu's called Booze and Taboos, which was my way of integrating the products with the whole happy ending BS.
Okay,
basically.
so just to play on the words and everything, it's brilliant. And gentlemen, you would love to come down here because, I mean, somebody like myself who loves like Johnny Cash and just kind of the edginess of the place, you walk in here, it's full of testosterone. You feel right at home. And I think that's conceptually, I think it's something so different. I've never seen anything quite like it.
Personally, I like the half-naked artwork too.
Yeah, raunchy. We like the walk the line, provocative, in your face.
You got that
artwork.
nailed, that's for sure.
That's definitely true. So, okay, first step, I've got to take my pants off, right, for this back waxing?
Heck no.
Oh, okay.
Seriously, dude, I'm not going to be doing any play-by-play with any pants off. I can tell you that right now.
Okay, no, I'm on the serious note. So I'll just take my shirt off, and we're going to actually start grooming here a little bit of the upper body.
Yes, because I'll leave the ball waxing to Brad.
So let me ask you. Oh, easy there. Hold on.
I'm wearing a banana hammock right now.
Let me ask you a question. So do you have to comb his back hair first, or do you actually
No,
just go and
we're going
wax
to braid it. Actually, she does a
I'm
Willie
gonna braid
Nelson.
it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna braid it into sections and then rip
Like
those sections
cornrows,
off.
like cornrow style, or?
I was thinking more Willie Nelson myself,
Oh,
you know.
okay.
Yeah, we go for the loose. A little
Got
loose
it.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
I just
it's
thought it'd
gonna
be easier to wax the cornrows off, but you know.
All right, so I'm going to disrobe right now, and we're going to kind of adjust here. All right, well, she's... All right, got my clothes off here. At least my
Well, no,
shirt
hold
off.
on.
What?
He's got his shirt off, not his
Yes,
clothes.
let's rephrase
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I mean,
I
you
got my
know.
shirt off, and now she just has put a towel like in my drawers, which the Asian lady at the other place never did that one. So this is really
First, let me
hands-up
tell the
five-star.
crowd, just to give you an idea of what we're looking at here. Len's hair could be used as a toupee.
Oh, but please, that's not that bad.
AKA silverback gorilla.
Right, there you go.
Oh.
Right.
This is what happens when you get older. You know what? Hair starts growing in other spots. You really don't want it to. So,
Yeah.
gentlemen, follow my lead on this.
You know how we have all these
heart.
random facts that we always bring up? You know,
Yes.
did you know that your nose and your ears never stop growing?
Growing. What do you mean by
Men.
that?
Men.
Yeah, on men. That's,
Oh.
yeah, thank you, Stacy. But yeah, yeah.
And who knew that Len had wings?
Yeah, we better be careful. We might fly away if there's too much of a breeze in here.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
So this is the process. It's a little bit different.
Okay, so she went to the tin to get the wax now.
No, the wax is
All right,
being
we are
slowly
applying.
applied.
She's applying. I said we. She's applying the wax.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
warm. That is warm.
Yeah, that's a good. That's a big spot.
That's a big spot, and
Ooh.
she's going to make me.
I think you
punished,
need to do a
think.
bigger spot than that.
Now this is really, really unusual feeling. It's hot wax on the back,
yeah.
which you know.
You're used to it on your nipples.
Yeah. Late at night though, and I usually
Again, that's Brad.
yeah, that's usually late at night.
No,
and-
he's got a girlfriend for that stuff.
and after a couple cocktails too.
Ooh, this is gonna be a good one. Oh
Now,
yeah.
one
Now, just so
thing-
you know, that patch that she's got going right now is about 3 inches wide by about 5 inches long.
Okay, here we go. She's put the pad on.
Uh-oh.
She's put the pad. Oh
She's
my!
doing
that
the
is a
rubby
big
thing.
one.
Here it comes.
Get ready to scream my name.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here we go.
Here it goes, here it
First
goes.
one's always the worst.
Oh!
Caramba!
Ooh. Ooh!
She's quick about it too. Oh my!
Wow.
Okay,
Impressive.
It wasn't that bad. Am I,
I
bleeding?
have a FYI. Here's your take-home souvenir.
Oh wow!
Oh,
Look at
Lord.
that. That's for the photo. That is a lot of fur.
That's unbelievable.
Honestly, I could be a Furby. That is just really something right there. But I'll be honest with you, it's like ripping off a Band-Aid, guys. It's not that terribly bad, but it's a very cleansing feeling. It's like a colonoscopy, but different. It really is.
I don't. Have you ever had a colonoscopy?
No, not
That's why you said that.
That's the next show.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Dude,
We'll be
yeah.
going to the colon doctor. Len's gonna get
We're
his
gonna have
butt
a-
cleaned
Or
out.
Brad, enema.
No, I'm good.
Have you ever had an enema, Brad?
No, I have not.
So, anyways,
Thank you, though.
we're getting waxed here. So, but how does it look back there? I would imagine one thing.
It's like a baby's butt now.
Now,
You have a whole new back.
well, Stacey, I gotta ask you this question.
Uh-oh.
Because we're here in Old Town Scottsdale, and there's a lot of cocktails going on and good stuff like that. You
He's
probably,
cringing as the wax goes on.
you probably recommend not to have cocktails before you do this because if you bleed a little bit, is that correct or no? Or would that help the process, having a couple cocktails?
No, it actually really doesn't. And actually, the hangovers are probably the worst. They make you the most sensitive.
Oh, really?
Yes. And actually, here's a little known fact too. When you drink, massage enhances your buzz.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's very
I
true.
knew that, actually.
Well, funny enough, my ex was a massage therapist, and I had like a 12-pack of Coors going on one time, and I was complaining about some back pain.
Just so you know, Len, your face is so red right now. It looks like you're gonna pop.
Well, I also have a little sunburn too, and I had some cocktails last night, so it's a big mix.
Oh, that's an even bigger spot.
Yeah, and this is going to be a
Oh,
sensitive spot. It's
this
by
is
the,
good.
by getting by the lat in the armpit area.
I have to say, this is kind of fun watching my co-host get tortured.
Yeah.
But you know what? It really depends on the person too. Because if you have somebody who doesn't know how to wax properly, it's gonna hurt like Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
Ouch.
No, you do a good job, actually.
That fabulous name comes.
Well, the thing that you're doing good about this on live on
here
air
she
radio,
goes again. Oh,
back
wait,
waxing.
oh,
I
right,
just
ready?
flinched.
Oh.
Oh, she's sneaky about this thing. Ay, caramba, that's a sensitive area. Ay, caramba.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't be such a little baby.
I wish we had video of this. This is if we were on webcam right now, this is priceless. People would be paying pay-per-view for this stuff.
So, okay, we got to give a quick plug, Stacy, before you apply the next coat.
No, keep applying. Torture him through it.
After you apply, let folks know how to reach you. And there's great treatments that are less painful, but this is actually much needed going into spring so you don't look like a wildebeest running around, you know?
Like a wildebeest, yeah.
Well, that's true. Oh, yeah, and
she's it's funny. You look a little like a javelina back there.
I'm really good at making men not talk for a while.
Yeah,
Scream like little girls. No,
that is kind of the allure of it. But anyways,
the last one he screamed so loud you couldn't hear him.
I know. I had to pull the mic away and not overmodulate. Now, where can folks reach you, find you to get the 5-star treatment? And it's not all pain; it's a lot of pleasure that's involved too.
Well, the best way to find out about what I do is to go to my website, which is, it's a tongue twister, but it's simplicitysimplesskincare.com. You can also call me at 480-686-8538. I'm right here next door to Junkie in Old Town on 75th Street, and we do waxing, skincare, and massage. And it's a very relaxing, comfortable location where you don't have to worry about people walking around and listening to you scream.
And I'm going to have the massage next. I think that's going to work perfect for me.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. You're listening to The Wild Jokers. We'll be right back.
And it's Orangutan Home Services, featuring heating, air conditioning, home security, plumbing, and much, much more. Call them today, 602-906-0111. Orangutan Home Services, 602-906-0111. Call us today.
Come on down to Cactus Jack's Awatuki Tavern, located at 4747 East Elliott Road, just west of the I-10 off of Elliott. We've got live music every Friday night, happy hour 7 days a week. We also have a bonus happy hour Monday through Friday from 4 to 6. Karaoke, great food specials, and tons of great servers. Call us today to find out more information about our daily activities at 480-753-4733.
Autobahn Mortgage, 602-980-LOAN. That's 602-980-5626. Call Autobahn Mortgage for all your commercial and residential mortgage needs. We are friendly, fast, and efficient. 602-980-LOAN. You can also see us on the internet, www.autobahnmortgage.com. Call us today, 602-980-LOAN, 602-980-5626.
It's the Wild Jokers hanging out live at Orangutan Home Service Studios, and what a great kickoff to our Wild Jokers Hump Day lunch stop, Brad. What do you think?
Well, first of all, it helps that it's like 84 degrees outside.
It is a beautiful time to be outside, and if you want to get hooked up with lunch, with our food stop, 6 all-stars of your company we will feed you. Isn't that kind of cool?
Or if you're really hungry, you can just eat 6 meals.
Well, something like that, too, if you really want to be greedy about it, of course. But if you want to enter to win the Wild Jokers Hump Day Lunch Stop, go on thewildjokers.com now. And what is the actual link there?
You want to go to our contact page.
Okay.
Click on the contact page, enter your name, your information, and in the comments section, tell us why you should win.
And it's brought to you by, of course, Superstition Farm. And you can look them up and check out their food truck at superstitionfarm.com. Okay, here we go.
Thanks for calling your main sporting goods. This is Ashley. How can I direct your call?
Hi, Ashley. I have a quick question about some tennis rackets.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me direct you to that department.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Sporting Goods community program to support local youth sports by providing unparalleled access to products, experiences, services, and discounts. We encourage coaches, parents, and all athletes to visit our stores and bigsportinggoods.com.
Hi, this is Tony in Bikes and Fitness. How may I help you?
Hi, Tony. I have a quick question for you. I'm in the market for a tennis racket for, I'm a left-hander. I'm looking for a left-handed tennis racket. How much are they right now?
How much is, you're kind of choppy. Could you repeat that again for me?
I'm looking for a left-handed tennis racket, and how much are they? What can you recommend?
A left-handed tennis racket?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Left and right-handed, it only means that the wrapping on the bottom of the tennis racket is wrapped the opposite direction.
Oh, there's not a left-handed tennis racket. I was told to call and for a left-handed tennis racket.
No, there's not a such thing of a left or right hand tennis racket.
Oh.
It's just the way the direction of the wrapping on the bottom on the grip goes.
Okay.
If you're left-handed, they wrap it toward the left. If you're right-handed, they wrap it toward the right. That's all.
Thank you, sir.
Uh-huh.
All right, welcome back to Wild Jokers. And, Brad, we had our Wild Joker comedy nights going on last week that were just a success. Big-time success. And
Unbelievably hilarious.
we have one of the winners actually on the horn. Actually, he's at his gym right now hiding in a closet, which is really creepy. I just barely can get it out. Actually, when it comes to Jonathan Gregory, let me tell you something about him. He killed it.
He killed it.
And also, he's kind of a buff dude. So, Jonathan, how are you, my friend?
Oh, I'm pretty good. I'm just getting my shirt back on.
Well, me too. I just got done getting waxed here, so I just got clothed myself. So we're like simultaneously doing the same kind of things. So are you working out? Are you training? Or are you just hiding in the closet of your local gym?
I'm going to chase a bunch of people here in a second, give them a great cardio workout.
And I could see you doing that because you had the crowd on the move at Cactus Jack's last week.
The thing I was most impressed is I don't think you blinked once.
I don't have eyelids.
That's obvious. Yeah, you didn't blink once, and you were up there like 20, 25 minutes. I thought it was amazing. So what do you got going on? I mean, what do you do for a workout, especially with your intensity that you have?
Well, I have a background in boxing, so I like punching the bag. I like punching people, too.
Do they ever punch back, or do you just annihilate them immediately?
Well, I've actually had quite a few concussions.
You
probably can't tell.
So do you find your style of communication effective when it comes to training folks?
I think it's good. I intimidate people, and they tend to do what I say.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, he actually handled the crowd extremely well. We had a couple of rowdy drunk dudes, and I was wondering if Jonathan was going to come off the stage and teach him a little bit about boxing.
I'll never step off the stage, but, if they step on the stage, there might be a problem.
There could be a little dancing going on. But that's one thing.
They were a fun crowd, though. That was a lot of fun. I'm glad you guys put that show on. Thank you for that.
Well, thanks for coming. You were unbelievable. Even my son was like, that guy was hilarious. And I'm like, yes, he was.
Let me ask you something, because your style of comedy is different. It's your own brand, which is awesome. But who are some of your favorite comedians? Who influenced you starting your career?
I think Obama's pretty funny.
That's
well said. So
I like Andy Kaufman.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
That makes complete sense.
But I'm also a big fan of people that are alive too.
Yeah, who are some of the alive guys?
I mean, everybody likes Bill Burr. Isn't he hilarious?
Yeah, that's true.
True. Very true.
I mean, I'm a big fan of him. I don't think there's anyone I really don't like.
How did you fall into the background in comedy? Because I always said, Brad, I fell into radio. I was sitting at a bar bodyguarding two promotional models, Coors Girls, and somebody gave me a card, and all of a sudden I was in radio. Kind of weird. It was about 20 years ago. What about you? How did you land in comedy?
You probably won't believe this, but I used to do motivational speaking in high school.
That's unbelievable.
That's a true story, and I did that in my early 20s, and I'd always incorporate little skits, like sketch comedy to display like how kids can make a positive first impression or have like positive self-talk. And I just fell in love when the crowd would laugh at something. I just fell in love with that, and then I started going open mics
and taking off. Let me ask you, when you go on stage, do you have anything in your mindset, or do you just go off the cuff?
I tell jokes.
No, I know. I mean, do you have a game plan? Because some comedians that we know, they can just go up there not even knowing what they're going to do. They just go. And some folks aren't. Do you have any kind of ideas ahead of time, or do you just kind of just go? Because a lot of stuff was reaction that you did, which I was very impressed with.
Yeah, I guess for that, like the other night when we were there, you got to deal with things. You got to deal with the environment with what's there. So I'll try to watch and see what's working if I'm not going first, and just see what the crowd, do they like it blue? Do they like it clean? What do they like? And just try to do that. Try to win the game,
So do you spend most of your time just looking at life and trying to find funny things, or just life happens and it's funny?
Yeah, things just happen, Like my wife was doing a garage sale on Sunday, and I told her, don't bring any of the stuff back to the house, throw it away. She's like, I'm gonna just give it to Goodwill. I said, but you bought all that stuff from Goodwill. So it got me thinking, things like that. I mean, isn't it true? Everything I ever buy from Goodwill, I end up donating right back to Goodwill.
Yeah,
it's an amazing cycle.
Well, it's like recycling, I guess.
Right.
It's
so Goodwill's the great recycler.
It is, The only difference is when I return it, it has blood on it.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah, right. I can imagine.
Now, obviously, punching the bag and punching it. We're talking to Jonathan Gregory, of course, and he's in the closet at his gymnasium right now. Besides punching people and punching the bag, I mean, do you do any weight training? It seems like you got some guns going on.
Yeah, I just do basic weightlifting. You only need to do it 30 minutes a day. It doesn't take long. You just hit a muscle group.
And you take
Try to lift weights 5 times a week, break up each muscle group, shoulders, legs.
Okay, so
back,
you just keep
chest.
it basic because your intensity is so high. I thought you'd be like into throwing people through walls and stuff.
Well, he's throwing kettlebells around at the gym like nobody's business.
Yes,
I'm sure.
I've already thought of that. That was,
right.
That was actually in my mind.
Right. Well, they got a
handle.
handle.
CrossFit in there.
A little CrossFit.
A little CrossFit in there sometimes.
Got to keep it lean and mean. Yeah. So what are you doing next? Or where are you appearing? I mean, we want you back for the Wild Joker Comedy Nights. That's a fact. You were such a home run, and congratulations once again on your victory at Cactus Jack's.
Yeah, it was like a hands-down victory. Yeah, it was almost unanimous.
Yeah, there was hands down. I mean, I think actually everybody feared you.
Yeah,
so
that could have been it. Yeah.
They just wrote your name down because they didn't want their ass kicked.
I did tell everyone before the show if they didn't vote for me, I would kill them.
Okay. I'm sure they believed it, too.
Yeah, I think so. I really do believe that. So where are you appearing next? What's going on for the future and your schedule?
Oh, I'll be at the Tempe Center for the Arts this Friday, and they got a show there every Friday night. Everyone can catch up. They got a great deal. They got free food from 5 to 7.
Yeah, we've actually...
Show started at 7:30.
It's a great show. I was actually there a couple weeks ago, and I'll tell you what, the lineup was incredible.
Who's
right.
Who's
were there.
Who's you, Kimazabi?
Well, you were there, too.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, but I wasn't worried about you. I was with a pretty girl, so I didn't really...
And also Michelle's not a pretty girl.
Well,
look, you're going to be in the doghouse now.
She's your pretty girl, dude.
Well, but still people can be pretty.
Fair enough.
Come on now.
Right.
So, you're going to be in the doghouse. You're going to get your butt kicked by my girlfriend. How about that?
She likes me. It's all good.
Okay, this Friday night in Tempe, of course, that is a good deal. Get there early with the food. That food flies.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, get the food and use that promo code Tony. Get $2 off your tickets.
Yeah, promo code Tony, and that's a fact. That's a nice venue also. That's a good room.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You can catch me there a lot of Fridays. Even if I'm not there, you'll have a good time if you come out and check it out.
Also, one other thing, considering we're buds on Facebook, you got to check your Facebook out because you're pretty humorous on there, too.
Yeah, check me out. You can look up Creepy Comedy. It's pretty easy to remember.
Comedy, that's good.
and what if somebody is listening from afar and wants to book you? How'd they get a hold of you?
Creepycomedy.com. You got my phone number there. You can call me. You can send me a dirty picture.
If you're a girl, right?
Guys are fine too.
Len. Len's snapping pictures right now. This is a problem.
Well, this is the picture you're gonna probably get. I just had my back waxed here, so all of a sudden I went from being like kind of looking like a Wookiee like Chewbacca to like Mr. Clean over here.
Ooh, can you send me a picture of that?
I will. It's going to be on the website. We have several, yes. We'll have a
several.
photo montage we'll send your way. So, hey,
Beautiful.
It's always a pleasure catching up with you. Congratulations once again, and hopefully we can capture you on one of our Wild Joker nights once again here in the future.
Awesome. Thanks a bunch, guys. Have a great day.
Jonathan Gregory, hey, thank you so much for joining us here on the Wild Jokers.
And that was one of our 2 winners from last week, Jonathan Gregory. We also caught up with our other winner, Bob Kobuta.
Well, welcome back to the Wild Jokers. We have one of our actually other winners. It's kind of we're doing almost
the dueling winners weekend.
Yeah, the dueling winner weekend type deal here on the Wild Jokers. Our friend Bob, who won actually the first ever Wild Jokers Comedy Night at the What the Hell Bar and Grill. Easy for me to say in Mesa, Arizona.
Yeah, his name will forever be in lights.
Yes, Mr.
Or something.
Bob Kobuta. How are you, Bob?
I'm okay. I'm becoming conscious and I'm celebrating my victory with a cup of coffee.
That's the way to do it. Early in the morning, I know. I'm a late night guy myself, so the early morning stuff is a little tough on me.
Plus, Len doesn't celebrate with coffee; he celebrates with toddies or cocktails, as the normal people call them.
That's what I do. But hey, you've been a busy man all over. I mean, your resume speaks for itself, of course. Just your background in comedy, you paint the picture because there's a lot of folks that are now getting involved with the comedy circuit and going out and seeing different comedians. Everything. You were exceptional last Tuesday.
Well, I'm an old guy, so I've been around a long time, and they're trying to push out those old guys to make room for these younger cats to come in and take over.
Which I don't quite understand because you killed the room.
There's something to be said for experience too.
Well, there's that. People don't respect their elders. They don't respect the wisdom of their old folks and stuff like that. They just want to push you off to the curb, get you in the old folks' home, get you out of there so they can play. So that's how that goes.
Yeah, I think that's ridiculous. But what I do love about your brand of humor when I was watching you is the fact, besides you're playing on and making people laugh about themselves, but you actually are a little self-deprecating too and making fun of certain things. And the political correctness aside, I love that.
Yeah, that's always a popular one. I just said what I always thought. That's really, I just came out and joked for him, but that's what I always thought. So,
well, when you did the bit about the Eskimo thing, I was literally, tears were in my eyes. I was laughing so hard. Matter of fact, a couple of the people, when they voted, they said Bob, a.k.a. the Eskimo.
Oh, sure. Yeah. A lot of people come up with that one. It's become kind of like a tagline for me or whatever.
Right.
But it's okay because it's, it sort of reflects, what we're talking about, and that's just funny to me. It's just funny. All kinds of people say all kinds of different things, and that's what comedy's about. Comedy's about everybody interacting together and how they interact or don't interact, stuff like that. And at least that's where, at my stage of the game, that's where it's at. Maybe not some of these other cats you might talk to. They're a little bit newer. They don't know what they don't know exactly what they're doing yet, or what they're going for yet, or what they're trying to say yet. But they'll get there, and that's part of the beauty of the business, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Who would you say that most influenced your comedy?
Probably my school teachers.
That's a good one.
Well, probably because I just wasn't paying enough attention to them, so they inspired me to go a different direction. Probably.
Oh, there you go. Like the truth comes out, right?
And one thing I got to always ask you is you're going back to school and everything. When did you land in your comedy career? When did you get your first break? And there's as I said, I mean, I'll ask this question a lot because everybody's got a different story, and I have always this curiosity. How did you land in the comedy business?
I was pretty lucky. I was in college when I started doing comedy, and like I said, so I never really pursued a true career. I never really pursued a true profession. So. That left the door wide open to this, and I never was able to connect with the real work world and all like that. So I missed out on a lot too. I don't relate to a lot of things that a lot of people can relate to. The 8 to 5 cubicle thing, or whatever it is, or having a screaming boss in their face, or whatever it might be.
That's very true. Once you get a taste of it, and I come from the side of being just a radio talk show guy. That's what I've done for about 19, 20 years, and that's all I really know. Well, yeah, and making it that long is amazing too in itself. I deserve a gold star just for survival.
You right. Sure do.
I mean, but the comedian's the same way. If you can make a little bit of a living and actually pay your bills doing what you love to do, I mean, that is so rewarding, and most folks don't get to do it.
Yeah, but you really can't do that. You're gonna have to rob a bank at some point.
Yeah, that's about right. That's it.
Right.
That is so true.
Keep that as a secret.
In your career, though, what is the one highlight so far? Because just in time and just experience, the one moment that you look back on and going, "Wow, I did that."
Well, I get to go travel overseas a lot, and I get to go to do shows for the military and USO tours and all like that. So that's the part of my job I enjoy the most, because it combines real life experience and education along with your job of having fun. So it's kind of a win-win situation, and it's a way to give back to the system and get my own tax money back. Well,
that's nice having a break, but also I think especially you're giving a little slice of home to the guys and the gals.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that kind of thing. And so I think that part's the coolest part at this point. Things might happen in the future that might make it even cooler, but we'll see. I mean, can't predict how things are going to go in this business, but I hope there was some other nice things on the horizon is what I'm hoping.
It's funny you mentioned that. I was just going to ask you, where can people find you? Where are you going to be? What's the best way if they want to check out your brand of comedy?
Well, my website is bobkobotacomedy.com. It's not a fully completed website yet, so I don't have a lot of dates and things on there, but my schedule's kind of up in the air right now as things are mixing about. But I do let people know. I put stuff on the social media, all like that, so that's pretty easy to follow any of that stuff on the good old Facebook and whatnot.
Well, I can tell you, we'd love to have you back to another one of our contests. I mean, you absolutely killed it. It was really hilarious, and I really appreciate it. I know Len and I both appreciate you taking your time to come down. And it was a great crowd, and people really responded to your work. It was great. I love seeing that. You definitely hit it out of the park.
I would love to come back again. When are we doing this again?
We got one coming up in 2 weeks.
Okay, if I'm available, maybe I'll be able to make it down. Like I said, I'm taking bookings sort of haphazardly right now, so I don't like to commit to things and then
that's A-okay. We have What the Hell Bar and Grill once again that has locked it in March 18th, and then Cactus Jack's the next night, March 19th. So we'll have a double barrel action.
We'll keep you in the loop. Make sure you know what's coming up so we can get you.
Oh, that's awesome! Yeah. I appreciate that, fellas. That's great.
Yeah. All right, Bob. Hey, thank you for joining us here on the Wild Jokers. We really do appreciate it.
Hey, you're welcome. Talk to me anytime.
All right. Have a great
Bob.
day. All right. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Well, I got to tell you, we definitely have to send a real shout out and thank you to Tony at ComedySchools.com. If it wasn't for Tony, we wouldn't have such great talent at our comedy shows and continue to have more great talent coming up at future comedy shows. And it just so happens this Monday, March 17th at 7:30, ComedySchools.com is offering a free intro to stand-up comedy workshop. And they're doing that at the Tempe Center for the Arts, which is 700 West Rio Salado Parkway down in Tempe. The night is fun and free. ComedySchools.com has seen its students go from beginner workshop all the way to national television. So what are you waiting for? You always wanted to try, right? The night is fun, and most importantly, it's free. For more info, make sure you call 818-571-JOKE or go to ComedySchools.com. Thanks again, Tony.
All right, and welcome back to Wild Jokers. I'm Len. He's Brad, and we're hanging out actually this afternoon with Casey from Superstition Farm, the Super Farm truck as I like to call it. How are you, my friend?
Hey, beautiful day to be out here.
And we've done our first Super Farm lunch stop with the Wild Jokers for the hump day to get you over the hump.
The name changes every single time you talk about it.
Well, it's always the same words, but they're just in different
orders.
It's
almost like you and the station ID.
Yeah, that's a running joke with that.
What are you going to do?
But, Casey, just paint the picture of the food truck. This is not your normal roach coach. This is by far a roach coach.
You said roach coach, really?
That's old school.
We are a abnormal roach coach.
You're high end. You're tasty. I mean, this is homemade food, as I like to call it. This is, you're basically, to paint the picture, the French fries. You're actually got the potatoes, and you're chopping the taters up.
They
right
call
in front
it a
of
fry press.
Well, See, obviously, I'm not a cook. I'm
not either,
guy,
but
so.
I mean, it's
See, this is what we do. So tell us about the process about picking your cuisine and your food and just backdrop of it.
Well, I don't have a restaurant background. I just know what good food tastes like. And when we started the idea of doing food on the farm, it ended up turning into a truck. And at the time, there was just roach coaches out there. And so we decided, hey, you know what? Let's turn a truck into a giant window and a mobile kitchen. You guys can watch us make our food. There's no surprises. There's nothing to hide in that. I mean, literally, the side of the truck's a giant window.
I'll tell you what, it smells so good, you cannot help but eat from this truck. If you walk by this thing and you get that aroma, you're turning around and coming right back.
The first thing we do is get our bacon going.
That's perfect. It was working. I could smell it. I'm like,
Pavlovian responses.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah. Your nose immediately goes to the truck. But the most important thing is your menu. I've had a little bit of this. I've had the tacos. I've had the pulled pork, which is amazing. But your specialty, the hamburger. Now, that's a hamburger.
It's a half-pound Angus chuck roll, hand done with cheese, bacon, spinach, homemade chipotle aioli. Everything we done fresh, never frozen. And everyone asks what the secret is. What are you doing to make that burger taste so good? And we put a little salt and a little pepper on it.
They put a little love in it.
Well, we squeeze a little love in everything.
Right, there you go.
Now, if a business owner is listening to the Wild Jokers right now, how can they contact you? And you're open for contracts and stuff like that, so you can actually be booked at different businesses whenever you have enough means for that, correct?
Yeah, hey, you don't have to hope that we pull your name for the Hump Day event. You can contact us either our cell phone, 602-432-5600. You can go on our Facebook page, either Superstition Farm or Super Farm Super Truck. Track us down, and we'd love to show up, and we'd love feeding people. It's what we do best.
Autobahn Mortgage, 602-980-LOAN. That's 602-980-5626. Call Autobahn Mortgage for all your commercial and residential mortgage needs. We are friendly, fast, and efficient. 602-980-LOAN. You can also see us on the internet, www.autobahnmortgage.com. Call us today, 602-980-LOAN, 602-980-5626. And we're here at Orangutan Home Services.
If you need anything repaired, serviced, replaced on your home, these are the guys to call, 602-906-0111. And I'm here with Jordy. So, Jordy, what do you have for us today?
All right, Brad, what we got for you today is summer's right around the corner. There's going to be a 100-degree day here shortly. Call in today, mention the code BRAD, and tell us when you believe the first 100-degree day is going to be. And just by calling in, we're going to give you a free 1-year maintenance program. And if you actually guess the right day, you're going to be entered into our free air conditioning giveaway. And we're going to be giving a high-efficiency unit away to the person that guesses the first day for 100 degrees. So let's get out of the hot and get into the cold.
Wow, a free air conditioner if you guess the first 100-degree day. So you're going to do like a raffle kind of situation?
We're going to do a raffle because I'm sure there'll be more than one person going in that. And I don't think, Brad, you want to pay for $10,000 units and put about 10 of them out there. But we're going to go ahead and do one. And we're going to also sponsor with our Lennox International, which they're going to go ahead and give the unit, and we're going to go ahead and give the labor, and that's with that partnership, you can't beat it. And we're going to put the maintenance program on top, and all we ask is go tell your friends of what a great job we did and how cold it is in your house.
Well, we know how it is in the Valley of the Sun. It's definitely hot here in the summer. Free air conditioning unit. Enter today. Call 602-906-0111. Make sure you mention that you want to be entered into the raffle for the free air conditioning unit, and also make sure you give the first 100-degree day. So guess the first 100-degree day, and you could win an air conditioning unit from Orangutan Home Services. That is a humongously generous offer. Thank you so much, Jordy. We really appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Brad.
Hey, it's Len from the Wild Jokers, and if you'd like a midweek lunch stop to your business, go to thewildjokers.com now and enter to win. Brought to you by Superstition Farm.
Hey, Len, where are you?
What the hell?
Seriously, Len, where are you?
What the hell?
Okay, this isn't Who's on First, Len. Where are you?
I'm at the What the Hell Bar and Grill in Mesa.
Really? Isn't that the place that has the all-you-can-eat breakfast 7 days a week starting at 7 o'clock and includes drinks? What about breakfast specials and coffee every day, daily lunch specials, happy hour Monday through Friday from 4 to 7 with half-price appetizers? And don't forget the Friday night all-you-can-eat fish fry. Not to mention pool tournaments Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And every Friday and Saturday night, live entertainment, classic rock starting at 9 o'clock. Not to mention, I believe that's the spot we're doing one of our comedy shows.
And Brad, yes it is. We are actually having the Wild Jokers Comedy Night premiere March 4th, which is once again Tuesday, March 4th. Wild Jokers Comedy coming to the What the Hell Bar and Grill in Mesa.
Yeah, isn't that at 7303 East Main in Mesa?
Yes, it is. You can contact them also at 480-380-6000. Once again, that's 480-380-6000, or you can find the What the Hell Bar and Grill on the web at www.whatthehellbar.com. And this is Wild Jokers. And welcome back to Wild Jokers here on 24/7 Comedy Radio for Phoenix, funny 1260 AM, 96.1 FM. I'm Len, he's Brad, and it is time to do what you do so best, Mr. Manhoff, is beat the street, so start beating it.
Yeah, I love that. So fun. It just sounds wrong.
I don't mean it.
Beat the street.
You're just out on the road.
That's all we're beating.
You're the man about town.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
well, they said we're not risque enough, so sorry, Mr. Boss Man. No, I'm kidding.
So bad.
Here we go. No, all right. So beat on the street. You ready? I've got some great stories today. This is legendary. Even one of them goes back to my home state of Michigan, but we're going to start international.
Seems like you've been gathering all week long.
Oh, this has been so much fun for me. This is personally one of my favorite things to do. Is you probably can't tell that I perk up a little bit during this segment.
You definitely
Besides
do.
the fact that you talk 90% of the show and I get about 3 words in.
See, that's always your complaint.
Well, if I didn't have my little home here in the beat on the street, it probably wouldn't work. No, I'm kidding. Nothing but love for you. Brotherly love, that is.
I can't let
Brotherly love.
That's
it.
Let down the Novan Nation. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Right. So, all right.
All 5 of them. Sorry.
Okay. And
or I should say both of them.
Go.
Anyway. Okay. New Zealand. Ever heard of that place?
Yes, international.
Yeah.
We're going international.
Right. I started international. Right.
Okay.
So we've been doing a lot more national, and I figured we needed to go international.
We're diversifying.
We did one story, I believe, in Canada recently, but that's not really international.
Yeah,
it's kind of like America,
but
United States North.
If they were the house, they would be the attic. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're the party downstairs.
Right.
You're left in the attic if you're in Canada.
So are we like the business up front and they're the party in the back? Kind
they
of
are the mullet of the North America.
That's
yes.
what I'm getting at.
They are the mullet of North America.
Enough. People still wear those up there too.
Yeah, they're usually about 10, 15 years behind.
Okay. Anyway,
that's normal.
We're going to New Zealand.
Okay.
Now. So this is a great story about why you don't make bets with your friends about stuff you really don't want to do.
Was there intoxication involved?
Of course.
Okay, naturally. When you're in an intoxicated mind, whatever you might, recreationally may perhaps be doing, you make some silly decisions, usually bad decisions.
Well, let's put it this way. The bet is referred to as the drunken bet during their weekly poker game. So you can imagine if they're a few hands in, they're probably feeling pretty ripe.
Well,
right?
You're sitting around playing poker, and I know you like to, participate in gambling and card games and whatnot.
Sure.
Poker games are not like blackjack where,
Totally
you just throw a couple cards out and bada bing, bada boom, you're done.
No, it's a mental game.
With poker, you can be there a long time, so there could be a lot of bubbly going on.
Well, yeah, most of those poker tournaments that are on TV are multiple days. They just shrink it down into 2 hours.
What was the bet?
Okay, you ready for this? So the 22-year-old kid, he made a bet that if he lost, he would change his name to whatever name his friends pick, and it would be a 99-letter name. Now, the reason that's significant is because in New Zealand, you can legally have a name up to 100 letters long.
That is just unreal. I never even knew. Okay, number one, I did not even know there was a law about it. But can you imagine if you had like a sports jersey, a hockey or baseball jersey, trying to put this thing on there?
You got 4 lines for your last name and like a little tiny number on the back.
Yeah, it would be all name on the back.
Priceless.
But you just never seen it in this country where you've seen. You have some long names that are 12, 13, 14 letters.
Yeah, they go
but
from like elbow to elbow.
Right.
Yeah.
Then this is 99. So
99
what
letters.
was the name?
Okay, you ready for this?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to try see if I can get this right. This is the name. Full Metal Havoc, more sexy and intelligent than Spock and all the superheroes combined with Frost Nova.
And
that's his first name.
I gather that this is a story because you're looking at it on the computer here that actually this gentleman lost the bet.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. He lost the bet, and that's what he legally has to change his name to on everything. His driver's license, legal documents, every single thing.
Oh, boy. I just had an experience at the MBD here recently, getting tags and titles and stuff like that for my truck.
It's always a joy.
And I'm just looking at my driver's license. Where would they put it on a driver's license?
I don't even know how they'd fit. It'd probably roll into his address.
Yeah, it would be all over.
That's
the
not
board.
my address. That's the rest of my first name.
Oh, Lord. I would just go by Spock.
Well, what's really funny is that they actually have names that are banned. You can't name yourself Lucifer, Majesty, or V8.
See, the one V8's the one that kind of gets me. Is it because there's a digit? What's going on?
The only reason I think that is maybe because the Australian supercar series in New Zealand might be a little bitter because it's the V8 supercar series in Australia. You've ever heard of that?
Okay,
they race a lot of Holden Moneros and stuff like that, which is like a GM product.
And Lucifer's an interesting one that they got rid of. That must be old school or something.
That's real. That goes back to some old time
biblical thing going on there.
Right.
And what was the other one? Your Majesty.
Majesty, and V8.
Majesty, okay, I guess I get that. It's funny,
but it's funny because you hear guys in here named Prince and other things. That's their first name.
Prince, for instance,
not just Prince, but there's like a couple of athletes whose first name are Prince.
Like let's look, Prince Fielder,
right, Prince Fielder, perfect example.
With Prince, though, he went to that symbol.
Yeah.
Now that should be illegal. I'm like, you're just a symbol. I mean, that's just crazy. That's not even a name.
I don't know. I'd make.
How do you put that on the driver's license?
I'd be like the symbol for boron, so at least that's on a computer somewhere.
Well, okay. The name sense. I wonder in the States. We got to look that up. I mean, how many letters are you allowed here in the United States? Because this was overseas.
Well, I would like to know how many letters you're allowed in the Middle East, because a lot of the guys in the Middle East have like 14 different names,
right? Because
of the way the family is, and that's very common in the Hispanic and Latino community as well, where they take on a lot of names. I know a couple of Hispanic guys that if they told you their whole name, it's like 17 names, and it has to do with the lineage and all that stuff. It's actually pretty interesting. This guy just was a knucklehead and lost a bet.
Well, he lost the bet. Now he's stuck with it. Now, what would you do I would just go I'd shorten it somehow, like Spock or one of the cool names.
I'd go by Havoc. I thought that was pretty
Havoc,
cool.
Spock. You got to figure something out there. You can just go isolate yourself, but too young and dumb right there. Yeah. All right, next.
Okay, so we're going to go stateside here now. All right, we're going to move over to Florida.
Okay.
Good old Tampa, Florida. We've had a couple stories in Tampa. Some people say it looks like a man part peeing on Cuba. That's the old joke.
I never thought of it that way.
You've never really?
I never.
How could you not think of that? Every comedian on earth has used that one over the years. Yeah.
Okay, so what is the
My favorite state is Florida because it looks like it's peeing on Cuba. You never heard that before?
No, never heard.
Okay,
that's new to
me. I got nothing against Cuba, but I'm just saying.
What's going on with Florida?
Okay, so anyway,
you're killing me over here.
Sorry.
So, you remember that old drug from the back in the hippie era, LSD?
Yeah, you don't hear too much about it anymore.
Not really. There's people are interested in other stuff, I guess, these days. But
no, it's that and opium. You don't hear too much about it. That must have been a 60s or 70s thing. And
there aren't too many opium dens around anymore. Not that I knew of any.
Funny that you say this. I went to an Aerosmith concert, and somebody was asking for opium. And then this was years ago. This was in the 1990s. And I looked at the dude, and I'm just more of a beer drinker and Hellraiser when it boils down to it. Me and my buddy looked at this guy and said, "Are you for real? Really? I'm opium? I mean, honestly, you just see the guy in the corner. Hey, got some opium? Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Seriously.
Yeah, sure. Let me just go grab some for you.
Yeah.
Hang on, I got some in the car.
You crazy bird.
All right.
What are
Let
you
me go
doing?
out to the field by my parents' house.
All right. So you got a Walmart in Florida story with LSD going on.
I didn't even tell you it was Walmart yet. You're reading I'm just kidding. I know you already knew that. Actually,
Yeah,
I think it was Walmart.
Yeah, you already mentioned.
So check it out. So LSD in the meat at Walmart in Florida. So can you imagine this? You're eating your filet. Next thing you know, it looks like it's melting on your plate.
That's pretty creepy right there.
Yeah, well, the scariest part was the one of the 4 people that ate this tainted meat was a pregnant woman.
Ooh, that's scary stuff right there.
So she happened to be 9 months pregnant. She was nearing the end. So they actually induced her pregnancy and everything turned out all right. But her other 3 family members, I guess, got very sick from eating.
Wait, now was this a customer who laced it? It was sort of like the old.
What's interesting?
Problems?
It's still under investigation. They have no idea where it happened. They didn't know if it happened at the meat packing plant, if it happened in transport, if it happened before at the slaughterhouse, whatever. They have
what
no
it sounds
idea.
like to me is somebody had that on them and was trying to just get rid of it, and if they were,
a couple
meat
drips
packing
here,
plant, and just let's just douse it into here, and we can hide it and not get in trouble maybe from the law or something.
Well, I mean,
But I mean, honestly, that would be a psychedelic
really
meat party.
That's pretty scary, though. That's one of those things you don't want to be surprised with.
You can't beat the meat on that one. I tell you,
you don't want to beat that meat.
No, forget that. So okay, well, it reminds me. Remember when we were kids trick or treating? There was that whole rash of sabotaging kids' candy with
razor blades and all kinds of.
Oh, yeah,
that happened when we were kids.
But also, though, one thing that's special about Walmart now, obviously, you can go there in their meat section. You have this horrible story, but have you ever gone to Walmart at like 11, 12 o'clock at night on a Saturday?
I've been to Walmart at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Honestly, when you go to a Walmart at that point in time,
it's
see
entertaining.
The salt of the earth.
Well, there's a website somewhere that talks about Walmart visitors or something, and it's all these crazy, strange people that go to Walmart.
It's amazing that the folks that wear their pajamas. That's the one thing I just can't get over.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You see some of the people that walk in there. It looks
nothing,
like they're wearing their little kid's shirt. You know?
Well, there's nothing better than like a heavy-set woman.
That's what I'm talking about.
From the kind of redneckville.
Wearing a belly shirt.
That's wearing a belly shirt,
right.
But she's wearing like stained sweatpants, but she bends over.
Sweatpants? She's wearing yoga pants that are
whatever.
stretched beyond recognition.
That's what they look like to me. But she bends over and she gets the plumber's crack thing going.
Oh, I think I just threw up in the back of my throat.
And the funny thing is her G-string is actually normal panties and it looks like a parachute.
Okay, now I want to hold on a second. I got to interrupt
I've seen that.
I got to tell you something.
Real life.
And I'm not picking on people that, have weight issues or whatever, and I respect
but dressing accordingly.
Okay, now hold on a second.
This is what we're ragging on.
This is my issue.
Yes.
I don't understand, and I don't know because I've never shopped for one this size.
What, a thong?
Why do they come in size 16?
Do you wear a banana hammock?
No.
Have you ever worn a banana hammock?
Yes.
Have you really?
When I was younger. Yeah. When I was in college, that was kind of the style, the little skimpy. Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I've always either been boxers
none of them were like thong type, but they were pretty.
But you
scantily.
really?
Oh yeah. I could have probably been a stripper back in the day with some of the ones I had. Yeah.
That is so fantastic.
Yeah.
I look at you a different way now, Brad.
Well, the funny part was that was probably until about high school-ish, and then I went to the boxer switch and haven't changed from there.
No, that's a funny thing.
Actually, I take that back. I went from regular boxers to boxer briefs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when I was just always boxers.
Yeah, no. You know what? I was not a big fan of the tighty whities.
You weren't a jockey guy?
No, I really wasn't a tighty.
shorts?
I can't even remember when the last time I ever had tighty whities because, I think in middle school,
you wore a banana hammock.
I went to the banana hammock. Yeah,
it's fantastic, dude.
Yeah,
you learned something new about you on the beat on the street here.
Yeah, that's a great visual.
What's the next story there?
Sorry,
Brad?
we're way off. Yeah. So anyway, needless to say, they're still under investigation and they're trying to figure out what is going on. The state and the FDA are all involved, so it's
that's
pretty
scary
serious
stuff right there.
Yeah. Okay, Len, do you know what a glass hole is?
You mean with a G? You're
with
saying
a glass hole, like
yes.
a glass of water hole, glass hole.
No, I have no clue.
Okay, well, evidently a glass hole is a guy or girl that wears Google glasses into a bar or libating spot.
Now, what is? I know what Google is.
Right. You ever heard of Google Glass?
They have. They
okay, you may have seen them and not known what they are. They look like glasses, and they're set up where they can link to the internet. They can take pictures. They can take video. They can take audio. Matter of fact, they can actually be used by blinking your eye to cue them up. Now, that's
pretty out there.
They are voice activated too, so you have to say like take picture or whatever. But there is a way, I understand, that you can actually turn them on or start it.
Is it like a pair of sunglasses? How they look?
No, they look like regular glasses. They're kind of ugly looking, and they got like a little thing kind of on the right side. That's where the little lens is for the camera and stuff.
Right.
Well, anyway, San Francisco's having a big problem because, the whole tech world over there.
That's where it all starts.
That's right. So the issue they're having is twofold. Number one, they're $1,500, these Google glasses. So there's a concern about robbery and theft and people getting beat up in the club for their Google glasses.
No, okay, time out. You just said beat up in the club. Why would you wear these out on an evening of nightlife is my question.
That's the issue, is people are saying that they're doing, nefarious things with these things, like catching people drinking that they might work with.
Well, but the smartphone does the same thing,
well,
or
that's
anything with
the
the
issue.
camera phone.
That's the point one of the guys is making. He's like, it's only because they're brand new. He's like, every club you go to, people are taking video on their cell phone and taking pictures.
Well, a lot of bars have prohibited that, by the way.
That's true.
A lot of Scottsdale bars here in town.
This is true. And he was saying that once the Google Glass either comes down in price, it becomes more popular, it's not going to be that big a deal. I don't agree. Anything that you can do where you can blink your eye and someone's not necessarily knowing they're being recorded, you could have a problem. Now, they do make a point that you have to actually be looking at whatever you are recording, so it's not like you can take a shot from to your left. Oh, there's a hot girl over there, and not actually be looking at it.
You got to be obvious about it.
You got to actually have eye contact with whatever you're looking at.
Fair enough, but the problem I have is this is everything in life is being recorded nowadays. I mean, if you're hanging out and you're having a birthday party at a local tavern, you take a couple shots of folks having spirits and having fun, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But if you're just independently recording people, this is a privacy issue. I mean, I'd be taking some lewd photos. You know what? I'm kind of a jokester.
I'll tell you what I think is kind of funny about it. You know how you go into bars here, they have the sign at the door, no weapons allowed, and they have the gun with a circle line through it?
Yeah.
Well, in a couple of bars in San Francisco, they have pictures of the Google Glass with a circle line through it.
That's so bad.
Yeah.
The fact that, we got the firearms here in the Wild West, Arizona and Frisco. They
you got no shirt, no shoes, no Google Glass, or no service.
Nice. Well, do you think that's infringing? But I mean, if they're ugly-looking glasses, you know what folks are doing with them.
They're not completely hideous. They remind me of the punk rock sunglasses from the 80s.
I must say one thing more so than anything. I would be okay with them everywhere as long as they were identifiable and you actually knew what they looked like.
Oh no, they're very distinct. People know what they are.
All right, whatever.
That's why people get pissed.
If you're out in a general public and everything, I mean, it to me is whatever.
All right, I'm going to throw one last quick one in here because normally we only do 3, but I had to say this because this is a Michigan deal that happened.
Okay,
so Macomb Township, Michigan. Of course, I played hockey everywhere in Michigan. That was one of the spots. This is actually in Shelby Township that this happened. Long story short, woman and her boyfriend get in a big fight over their rent, and she pulls a Mike Tyson and bites his ear off. Right.
That's gotta hurt. I was the first thing I think. You said Mike Tyson, but I in my mind, because he lost his ear, Vincent Van Gogh.
Yeah, but he cut his own ear off. Somebody didn't do it to him.
That's true.
So she was a little more Tyson style. No offense to Tyson, I think he's a pretty cool guy, but whatever. That's another story.
You're afraid you're gonna get
he's local. I might run into him. So hey, Mike, it's all good, man. No problem. I know you and Evander are tight now, so it's no big deal.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny that they're tight.
Okay, so this dude lost his ear.
Dude, they're fighting about the rent, and she gets all pissed, and she jumps on top of him, and she chews his ear off. And she goes to court and claims that he started beating her up. Meanwhile, she's in jail.
No, was that true? Was he manhandling her?
They weren't able to prove it.
Okay.
So evidently she's in jail, $10,000 bond, and she's supposed to have a hearing next week to see what they're going to do.
Well, yeah, it's kind of you do have some good evidence there with part of an ear missing. I mean, it's kind of hard to hide that.
Well, the funny part is they recovered the piece of ear.
This reminds me of John Wayne Bobbitt
oh my God! I knew you were going to say that.
He chopped off his wee-wee.
Yeah, Frankenweenie.
Yeah, did you see that adult movie?
I purposely did
it
not.
Honestly looks like if you put bolts on the side of it, it looked like Frankenstein.
I heard.
It's the most unusual thing in the world. It's one of those things I don't really like looking at that.
Obviously, you're talking about it.
But here's the thing, though. It's very memorable when you look at it. Going, my God.
That's part of the reason I didn't want to see that. I didn't need to be scarred for life. No pun intended.
Oh, it's pretty good there.
Yeah. So needless to say, this guy is scarred for life because they couldn't reattach the ear.
So now he's really upset, and he's like, I'm scarred for life. I want her to have more than a $10,000 fine. I want her to go to prison forever. Well,
did he wear an earring?
I don't know. They didn't say, but I would imagine if he did, that'd be interesting.
I'm all chomp.
Yeah.
Yeah, may break a filling or something. That's
right.
Those
Well, if she has a tongue ring and he had an earring, that could be her excuse. His earring got stuck on my tongue ring. I don't know. I just ripped his ear off.
Well, what makes a person to bite their ear? That's the only other thing that's a little unusual.
Maybe she was a big girl and she was hungry.
I don't know. That's like hungry hippo right there.
Yep, that's about
That's
right.
a way to end your beat on the
I
street.
had to throw that in there because I was going back to my homeland there. So.
What was the weirdest thing? Because I know we're coming to the close of Wild Jokers for this week's episode. But what is the weirdest thing in a relationship like that has happened to you?
Oh, goodness gracious.
The weirdest one that happened to me while you're thinking, in the heat of passion one time, my ex and I were in the throes of passion, and we were kind of in a situation where more upright. She fell over, and actually we went forehead to forehead and almost knocked each other cold.
That's a good one.
But it was a total accident. That wasn't intentional, but we were throes of passion. You almost knocked both parties cold. That's
pretty good.
That's a pretty good one.
That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah. It was like a concussion. She had like a forehead like a unicorn. It just stabbed you.
Ouch.
It was brutal.
Wow.
What about you?
You know, I think I'm going to plead the fifth on this one.
You're not. This is like a campfire story. Come
know,
on, Brad.
You know what, though? I'll end up getting myself in trouble. I already know this because...
See, he's pleading the fifth.
All right,
I told you a good story.
All right, let me think about...
No campfire talk with Brad.
Oh, my God. I'm trying to think. Well, I mean, the truth be told, some of the really funny stories happen when you're, like, younger in high school and stuff.
Right.
You know, when I was in high school, I had pretty cool parents. They used to let my girlfriends sleep over.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty liberal of them.
Pretty liberal, you'd say.
Free spirit.
And I would tell you, one time I had one of my girlfriends over, and we're getting busy, like literally in full action.
Okay, yeah.
Under the covers,
full throttle. Yeah.
And all of a sudden I hear a little, and the door opens before I could say hold on, and I kind of slid next to my girlfriend as my mom was walking in the door. Matter of fact, I don't think I completely slid.
You didn't have a lock on. Obviously, you didn't have a lock on your door. Good job.
I did,
Slugger.
but it didn't work very well.
You know what I used to do is I had a lock, but I also would put a chair. By the door, so at least it would make some noise, so I could move quickly.
The funny thing is that she walks in, she starts talking to us, she sits down on my floor and starts watching TV, and then falls asleep.
Did you finish at least?
It was kind of hard to.
No pun.
We had to, yeah, right. So I tried to wake her up to tell her to go out as we're like putting our pants back on. And I think I was like, I was like 14 or 15, I think at the time, maybe 16.
Yeah, you could have been eager enough to finish the deal.
It was definitely, it has scarred me.
Yeah, I see this.
Yeah,
I see this.
It
There's
has.
You know what? It's sort of like the PSA back in the 70s, our Native American friend with the tear in his eye.
Right.
You just turned into that here on radio.
Yeah,
you just did. All right, we got so many people to thank. Of course, the being on the road, getting the back waxing, of course.
That was priceless, I have to tell you.
We have to thank Stacy.
Thank you, Stacy.
Stacy, thank you so much for making me be much more handsome of a man. I'm much more stealth feeling getting the
That's
live
what he keeps telling himself anyway. So
also a big shout out, of course, to Orangutan Home Services. They are actually our first big winner of our Hump Day lunch stop here with the Wild Jokers.
It's a fix. No,
it's to kick off every Wednesday. We're going to be giving businesses 4 to 6 free lunches, depending on your workforce, staff, and everything, and what they order. It's a value of about $125, actually given to us from Superstition Farm. They actually have the Super Farm food truck that's going to be coming out.
Awesome.
And it's delicious. The food that is provided, it's like organic. I mean, you get when you
organic.
See, he corrects me.
You're the one from California. You should know this crap.
Is it carob or carob?
It's carob.
See, there you go.
Yeah, tomato or tomato. Let's not even go there.
That's exactly. So, but the Superstition Farms. If you need more information on their food truck, which is, as I said, the patties. It's a half a pound burger.
Well, and the pulled pork is obscenely
good. And the
good.
tacos are excellent.
The tacos
Everything.
are incredible.
It's all homemade.
And the ice
food.
cream. Oh, don't forget the ice cream.
And the ice cream. Yes, Utter Delights ice cream. If you need more information, check them out on the web at superstitionfarm.com. Once again, that's singular, superstitionfarm.com. farm.com. All phone number, all information and everything if you want to actually go check out the farm or check out the food truck. But if you want to enter your business in to win, you can do one of two different things. Go on thewildjokers.com and put in your business and a reason why. There actually is a little area in our
Go on the contact page. He always forgets to say that. He says the contest page. It's the contact page.
Close enough. Yeah, you're proving I'm illiterate. This is why.
We already knew that. It's not organic. I'm not going to let that go. We're going to have a lot more organic conversations.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Brad. I appreciate that. Or, if you need more information on Wild Jokers Hump Day Food Stops, you can just actually call the show direct at 602-303-5869. Once again, that's 602-303-5869. Anyways, what else do we have to think?
I don't know. I think caller 275 should win this week's lunch.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Well, actually, if you put in the little memo area for the food stop, just to reiterate one more time, give us a great reason why or a funny reason why. We're basing this off creativity, but we just want to hook your business up more so than anything in the workforce. Wednesdays, generally, you need a little morale booster, so it works good. Also, do we have anything to give away before we say goodbye?
We do. This one's a good one. All right. This is it. The last 2 tickets that we have for our VIP unbelievable evening with Chelsea Handler. It's VIP parking, VIP suite. You get to hang out with us, which I don't know if that's good or bad. You get VIP access. There's a VIP entrance even, so you don't have to wait in line with the regular people. So call us right now, 602-303-5869. I'm going to say caller number 4 because we always do number 7. So
lucky number 7 is a normal.
Well, we're going to do number 4 today because we want to see if we can get somebody hooked up out there. So call right now, 602-303-5869, Chelsea Handler VIP package. Give us a call.
All right, we want to thank everybody who participated this week in Wild Jokers. Have a great weekend, and we'll be catching up with you once again at 9 a.m. here on 24/7 Comedy Radio for Phoenix, AM 1260, 96.1 FM. For Brad, I'm Len. Have a great weekend.
Find us on the web at thewildjokers.com or Facebook at facebook.com/wildjokersradio or follow us on Twitter at wildjokersradio.